Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. Greensboro City Manager David Parrish has selected Deputy Chief Brian James to serve as the next Greensboro Police Chief. James will succeed Chief Wayne Scott, who retires on January 31st. The promotion comes after James completed a competitive national search and extensive interview process. James, who grew up in Greensboro near Phillips Avenue, will assume his duties as police chief on Saturday, February 1st. James says, "I'm very humbled and honored to be selected as chief of police in my hometown. I look forward to building upon and establishing relationships as we partner to ensure the safety of all members of our community." James joined GPD in 1996, serving in various roles with the police department. His community engagement includes being chair of United Way's African American Leadership Cabinet, board chair of the Malachi House, and vice chair of Guilford Child Development. The Greensboro native is a graduate of Page High School, holds a bachelor's in business administration from North Carolina A&T State University, and an MBA from Pfeiffer University. James is also a graduate of the FBI National Academy, the Administrative Officers Management Program at North Carolina State University, and the Senior Management Institute for Police. The U.S. Census has identified the top 5 reasons why completing the Census 2020 is the best things residents can do. Number 5, the census identifies how many college students live on and off campus in our community. Students, infants, and children should also be counted because they use the community's educational programs and services. Number 4, this supports plans for new housing, which improves neighborhoods. Developers need to know market strength and financial standing to invest in various types of housing. Housing needs also take into account how many people live in our emergency and transitional shelters. Number 3, the census determines the number of representatives in Congress and if any district boundaries need to be redrawn. Losing a congressional representative affects an area's voice on important social, legal, and economic issues. Number 2, it helps to understand the needs of our diverse community in order to provide everyone with equal opportunities to live, work, and play in Greensboro. And the number 1 reason to fill out the census, it results in updates to our water and sewer lines, roads, public transportation, and green spaces. For more information about Census 2020, please visit the city's website. Greensboro Parks and Recreation's Youth Services team is hosting a monthly educational speaker series for adults who work with youth. The series kicked off on January 14th and will be held on the second Tuesday of each month. Sessions take place from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Barber Park Event Center located at 1502 Barber Park Drive. Admission for each session is free. The speaker series is an opportunity for church youth group advisors, athletic team coaches, or other adults who lead teenagers to learn, network, and collaborate. Some of the topics include helping youth and families build safe, violence-free relationships, how social media and marketing are influencing youth, and strategies for incorporating the arts into youth programming, just to name a few. To be added to the contact list to receive the registration link for each topic or for more information, please call Michelle Gill-Moffitt, the city's Youth Services Superintendent, at 336-373-4588. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's news for your health.
When it comes to healthy eating, small changes can make a big impact on your health. Do you know what they are? Instead of using white refined flour for your baked goods, breads, and breakfast foods like pancakes and waffles, would be using whole wheat flour. It's going to have more fiber, which keeps you fuller and more satisfied, and it's going to have more minerals and vitamins as well. To add on to that, you can incorporate dried oats or flaxseed meal, hemp seed, chia seed. All of those are going to provide the same benefits, and you can use them in place of breadcrumbs. For your baked goods, in place of chocolate chips or candies, try dried fruits like these dried apricots, Dried cranberries or raisins could be used as well, or you could use nuts like walnuts, almonds, or pecans. Instead of butter, shortening, or animal fat, try heart-healthy oils. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, sesame oil. There's many out there on the market. It's specifically for baking though, you could replace the butter, shortening, or oil with an even lower calorie option that adds a hint of sweetness by using mashed bananas or unsweetened applesauce. Instead of using salt, experiment with herbs and spices for flavor. Many of us mindlessly add salt to foods before we even taste them, and herbs and spices will open up a whole new world of options. Many of them have great health qualities that promote long life and well-being. Mindfulness can be used in many different aspects of your life. For mindful eating, this means paying attention to what is going into your body, what is on your plate, how it tastes, how it smells, where it came from, and practicing mindful eating can get you better at listening to those hunger and fullness cues your body is giving you. Here are some tips to help you get started. Turn off the TV and other distractions. Research shows you eat about 14% more when you're watching TV while eating. Same thing goes for eating in front of your desk at work, checking emails, multitasking, eating in the car when driving, or with your phone or tablet in front of you at the dinner table. So put away the distractions and focus on what is on your plate. Savor that first bite. Eating really is meant to be an experience. Savoring your first bite is going to help you get more enjoyment and satisfaction out of your meal and snack times. This means you have to take your food and put it on a plate or in a bowl where you can see it. No eating out of the box or out of the bag. You're gonna eat more that way. Slow down when eating. If we're eating quickly, it does not give our stomach time to send the signals to our brain that we're full, and we often end up overeating. By slowing down, we can again get those hunger and fullness cues more clearly, and you can do this by putting your fork down between bites, sipping water between bites, and aiming for meals to last between 20 and 30 minutes. So I hope you got some great ideas for our healthy alternatives that you can use this year. For more information, visit conehealth.com/healthy eating. I'm Kate Watts.
Hundreds of Greensboro residents have relinquished their rental lease and taken the leap toward home ownership. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The City of Greensboro's 2019 campaign to turn renters into first-time homebuyers tripled its original goal. From January to December 2019, the Neighborhood Development Department and Housing Consultants Group, or HCG, helped 317 families purchase homes. According to HCG Executive Director Sophia Crisp, that's nearly $43 million worth of real estate purchased in the city last year. The campaign #100Homes started at the beginning of 2019 with a goal to convert 100 Greensboro renters to first-time homebuyers by December 31st. That number was reached in June and renamed #200Homes. The campaign then aimed to convert 200 renters by the end of the year. Once again, the goal was achieved earlier at the beginning of August. And in late December, the 317th home was purchased. The city campaign is a partnership with HCG, a Greensboro agency the city contracts with to provide housing counseling services. The Housing Connect GSO program sponsors. The city provides up to $15,000 in down payment assistance and closing costs as a 5-year forgivable loan at 0% interest. The program is open to first-time homebuyers and potential buyers who have not owned a home within the last 3 years. In celebration of National Engineers Week, residents from Greensboro and 5 other Triad cities will compete in Bridging the Triad to see who can create the most efficient bridge constructed with popsicle sticks. Greensboro Parks and Recreation will provide free supplies to kids and adults who want to participate. Registration and supplies are available at any Greensboro Recreation Center. The local competition will take place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, February 1st at Griffin Recreation Center. Winners from each city compete in the regional competition on Saturday, February 22nd at the same location. This program is designed to introduce and engage families in a science, technology, engineering, and math competition. Participants will compete as individuals in 4 age groups, 8 to 10, 11 to 14, 15 to 17, and adult. Bridges will be judged based on how much weight they will support divided by the total mass of the structure. The top 3 most efficient bridges in each of the youth categories and the first place in the adult category will advance to the regionals. A prize will go to the group with the most creative design. Griffin Recreation Center is located at 5301 Hilltop Road. The Drama Center of City Arts will hold a free preview performance of the touring show Romeo and Juliet, a 45-minute foray. The preview will take place at 7 p.m. on Friday, January 24th at the Van Dyke Performance Space in the Greensboro Cultural Center. The show is also available for bookings by schools and community groups. The cost is $300 and scholarships are available. Any bookings made at the preview performance will receive a discount. Designed as an introduction to Shakespeare, the play is part perspective, part narration, and part actual scenes from the play. Stanton Davis, an actor and theater professor at Northern Illinois University, says the performance is meant to be seen on stage. This adaptation brings Shakespeare's words to vibrant life. 5 actors play numerous roles, and yes, there is sword fighting. The Greensboro Cultural Center is located at 200 North Davie Street. To book the show, contact Rosina Whitfield at 336-373-2728. In celebration of Black History Month, one local magazine will host a series of political discussions, performances, and awards as part of an annual event. Coming up after the break, we'll take a closer look at the events surrounding the 2020 State of Black North Carolina Conference. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Black Business Inc. magazine keeps its pages on the pulse of the issues that pique the interest of its readers. Each year, the magazine hosts the State of Black North Carolina Conference, which features prominent speakers discussing issues of concern in Black and brown communities. Joining me now to tell us about the conference is Richard Williams. He is the conference founder and CEO of Black Business Inc. magazine. Hello, Richard. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me. Tell me a little bit about the history of this conference that you call the State of Black North Carolina.
Well, the State of Black North Carolina Conference was started in 2003 through my advertising agency, R.L. Williams Communications Group in Winston-Salem. We had the first conference in 2003, and we talked about, like you said, a litany of issues that affect Black and brown communities, from economic empowerment, from politics to religion to the whole gamut. If it affects the Black and brown community, then we wanted to cover it. And we've held since 2003, 8 conferences.
Wow.
Our last one being in 2018, which was very, very, very well attended. And we discussed a lot of those same issues, and we kicked off that particular conference for the very first time by Black Business Inc. naming its 50 most influential African Americans in the Piedmont Triad. It was a wonderful event. We had over 800 people to attend the Stevens Center in Winston-Salem. We had Grammy Award-winning talent to entertain the award recipients and the guests from the community that came out to honor them. So we were very excited about that, and that opening gala was followed by 2 intense days of conferences and workshops in the Benton Convention Center, and that was the last one we had in 2018. So we're excited about bringing the 2020 conference back to both Greensboro and Winston-Salem this year.
Okay, and is that the difference with 2020? You're splitting your locations?
It's the first time that we've done it that way. It is the State of Black North Carolina Conference, so there's no rhyme or reason why it has to be anchored in Winston-Salem, other than the fact that it's comfortable for me because that's home and it's easier for me to navigate and traverse that area. But what I noticed last year when we had the gala, when we honored the 50 most influential African Americans in the Triad, we had two committees, one committee in Guilford County and one committee in Forsyth County, and they selected 25 from Guilford and 25 from Forsyth. We were very, very excited about all of the honorees. I think of the 25 honorees from Guilford, 24 came to Winston-Salem to receive their award. So we were very, very excited about that. So we just said there's no rhyme or reason why the Winston-Salem, why Greensboro residents and awardees have to travel all the time to Winston-Salem. So why not balance it out and have it a real triad event? If it's going to stay anchored in the triad, then we'll move it back and forth. But we may be looking at other cities across the state as we move forward and as it continues to progress.
And tell us when the conference is happening in February, and why did you decide to change the time of the year?
The conferences this year is February 21st and 22nd. The reason it was in May originally was because at the first conference in 2003, we also founded Black Business Inc. magazine. Okay. So it was kind of an anniversary of the magazine as well. But truth be told, in my heart, I've always wanted to hold my conference during Black History Month. And it just so happened that some things lined up to make that happen. Okay. Most notably, when the North Carolina legislature moved up the primary from May until March so that the state could have a bigger role in selecting its nominees on the highest ticket in the land, the presidential ticket. So we decided to move the conference from May until Black History Month, and that also allowed us to put a political bent on the conference. But the two components that I like to talk about today, one being the gospel concert that we're kicking it off with, the legendary John P. Key. Everybody loves the legendary Grammy Award winning, I might add,
absolutely.
John P. Key and the New Light Choir. And we're bringing with him Dion Owen in Renaissance, who has an awesome following in the Triad and across the state. And also, we wanted to get the university involved. So we also have the Winston-Salem State University Inspirational Voices, which is their award-winning gospel choir under the direction of Maestro Dr. Myron Brown. So we're excited about those three lineups. I'm kicking off this conference on Friday night, February the 21st at St. Peter's Church World Outreach Center in Winston-Salem. The following morning, we will have, on Saturday morning, on A&T's campus, North Carolina A&T's campus, we will have a candidates forum in the Alumni Event Center, and that will go in the morning and / afternoon. And then following that night, Black Business Inc. followed up naming the 50 most influential African Americans in the Triad with naming of the 40 most influential African Americans under the age of 40. Okay. And we will be honoring them at the Corey Convention Center that evening, February the 22nd. So we're excited about that lineup as well. Outstanding people among the 40. I'm sure you know a lot of them. Some of them are city employees from the city of Greensboro. Absolutely.
Well, I can see where you have straddled the balance between your events in Winston and Greensboro. So we hope that folks will get online. Is that where you register to get the tickets?
Absolutely. They can go to www.stateofblacknc.com, stateofblacknc.com,
okay.
Or they can call 336-281-3732.
Okay, well, thank you, Richard, for stopping by. Thank you for all the hard work that you do to keep our Black and brown communities educated and informed through your magazine, and I'm sure the conference will be a huge success.
Well, thank you for having us, and again, if they want tickets or just information about the conference, go to www.stateofblacknc.com or call 336-281-3732.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned for a tidbit of useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you cannot make it to City Hall, we broadcast the meetings right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. In advance of winter weather events, residents can stay up to date on changes to city government services and hours of operations during inclement weather. Simply visit greensboro-nc.gov/winter closings on the city's website. The winter closings page features a link to an interactive map that shows where snowplows are operating throughout the city. There's also links to the city's official Facebook and Twitter pages. The page also includes the list of local television stations that report city government closings and delayed openings. Now is the ideal time to visit the city's website and bookmark the winter closings page in advance of any winter weather events. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Hey, this is Josh. There's a lot going on in Greensboro, so let's get started. The 2020 U.S. Figure Skating Championships are right here at the Greensboro Coliseum. Come out to the nation's most prestigious figure skating event. It promises to be a memorable skating championship crowning the best in ladies, men's, pairs, and ice dancing competitions at the senior, junior, and novice levels of U.S. figure skating. For skate times, visit GreensboroColiseum.com. This weekend, head over to the Carolina Theater for the Distinguished Young Women of North Carolina. This is a scholarship program for high school senior girls. Join us as 20 of North Carolina's finest young ladies showcase their personal talents. Preliminaries will take place on Friday, and on Saturday, the Distinguished Young Women of North Carolina for 2020 will be named, and over $22,000 in cash scholarships will be awarded. Both events begin at 7 p.m. For more information, visit carolinatheater.com. Are you in need of images for party invitations, holiday cards, announcements, and more? This Friday, head over to LeBauer Park, where park photographer Jen of Happy Labs Photography will provide a drop-in photo shoot at the Children's Garden. This is a no-appointment-necessary opportunity to snag those magical moments of your kids at play in their favorite downtown park. The session begins at 4 p.m., so be sure to come out and get your photos. For more information, visit LeBauer Park's Facebook page. Now that it's a new year, be sure to get your 2020 Greensboro recycling calendar from the GSO Collects website or app so you never miss your recycling day. And just a reminder, the Greensboro recycling program changed this past year. The only thing you should be throwing in your brown recycling bin is paper and cardboard, metal food and drink cans, and plastic bottles, tubs, and jugs. Items should be empty, clean, and dry. To get a copy of your calendar, visit greensboro-nc.gov/resetrecycle. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out about more events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Water Resources Department is reminding residents Loudermilk Street between East Market Street and Holtz Chapel Road will be closed for the next 3 months. This is due to a water line installation project. GTA buses and through traffic for that section of Loudermilk Street will be detoured to Pine Street. Again, the closure is expected to last about 3 months. Traffic signs are posted and motorists should find alternate routes to avoid the construction area. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to City Council member Mary Kay Abuzawader. The Greensboro Regional Realtors Association honored her with its Public Service Award during its annual award ceremony and luncheon. The award pays tribute to a public servant who has contributed consistent and outstanding service to the industry. Previous recipients include Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn, former Mayor Robbie Perkins, as well as Congressman Howard Coble and Guilford County Register of Deeds Jeff Thigpen. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro. And now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.